To this, Senator Kevin Cramer, the Republican senator of the beautiful state of North Dakota, with us right now. Senator, very good to have you as always. This newest offer of a $3,400 stimulus check going out to families as much as four. I don't know the income limits or whatever. Do you?
I do not, Neil, and this is new information. I suspect it's sort of a response to the breakdown in negotiations between the Republicans and Democrats in Congress, the president trying to use the limited powers he has to do things that matter to people, and in the process, hopefully, breaking the logjam in Congress itself. And he's certainly choosing the items that matter to people. Unemployment insurance benefit, as you know, the payroll tax deferral was an attempt to help people that are employed as well as the unemployed. This move today certainly would help families. I don't know where the money comes from. I don't know. His authorities are somewhat limited, but they're also fairly broad in terms of deferring action, like he did with the payroll tax cut, moving money from one pot to another, repurposing. He does have some authority to do that. Both of these are things that the Supreme Court has previously at least allowed. So I suspect what he's trying to do is both help people and break the logjam in Congress.
Do you think he's also kind of tempting the Democrats here? Go ahead and oppose what I'm doing. Go ahead and tell the nation you are going to try to stop me. Explain that to people for whom I'm extending their unemployment benefits or for whom I'm planning to give stimulus checks, that this is sort of like a dare.
Well, exposing the hypocrisy of the Democrats is one of his favorite sports, and they make it awfully easy when he's playing chess while they're playing checkers. And I think this could be one of those examples. The benefit, though, in the process of this checkers game, if you will, is that real people actually do get helped when these things pass. But the problem with executive orders is when you don't have, the prescription of policies, the pots of money, and of course the appropriation that only Congress can do, it does get clumsy. It becomes somewhat bureaucratic. You have to cobble things together, as you put it. But that said, maybe he calls them out, and maybe the good thing would be, Neil, whatever you call it, however he does it, if we can get people back to the negotiating table, let's take on some of this low-hanging fruit, like stimulus checks, like Paycheck Protection Program forgiveness, like unemployment insurance benefits at a number that we can all agree with. That would help our governors and our states as well as the people that they represent and that we represent.
You know, much has been said about, as you touched on it, Senator, that whether he can legally do this. Your colleague, Chuck Grassley, who runs the Senate Finance Committee, loves the president, but doesn't love what he's doing here. He says, the powers of the purse and all that's Congress. It's not him. Does he have a point?
Well, he definitely has a point, but remember that sometimes when Congress acquiesces its responsibilities, it leaves room for the executive branch to pick some of that up. We are in an emergency. This is a crisis. The president has additional powers within an emergency. That said, to Senator Grassley's point, and I think to a lot of us who are concerned by the shifting of power away from Congress more into the executive branch, and this isn't, this didn't begin with Donald Trump, but it's certainly been trending that way. We as a Congress, both Republicans and Democrats, and as well as independents, need to do more to restore that authority. But with that authority, that Article 1 authority, comes a lot of responsibility, and we can't shirk that responsibility and expect an executive to sit by and watch the country be ruined by it either. So we all bear some responsibility here.
All right, Senator, thank you very much. Senator Kevin Cramer of North Dakota.